afternoon, everyone. Okay, if you have a question, please get my attention. We'll come to you in order. Who wants to start us off? Yeah.
Hi, Eddie. I think you said heading to the match that Arsenal had the advantage having been here and acclimatized to the heat and the time zone. But I think there was very little between the two sides, especially in the first half. Are you surprised at how well the team started and your thoughts on the overall performance?
No, not surprised. We were hoping to play well today. Certainly we needed a step up in overall performance level from the Celtic game, and I thought we did. I thought there was a lot of positives for us today. And of course, still some things to iron out in our game and improve on, especially the goals we conceded. They weren't great. But overall, we kept going to the end, very difficult conditions to play, and so full credit to the players.
And can you just give a quick update on Sven Botman's condition?
Yeah, I didn't necessarily see him struggle at any stage in the game. I think he came off and said his groin was a bit tight, so fingers crossed he's okay.
Okay, right at the very back, please.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Lee.
Just a quick one on Isak's situation. Is there any update? Are you thinking about flying him out here at any point?
No, nothing's changed.
What's the mood like behind the scenes because of that situation? It's obviously the first time I've had a chance to speak to you, so can you just give us a sort of flavour of how people are just getting on with things at the moment?
Very much with that mindset, really, Lee. I think it's business as usual for the players. You know, you don't get a chance when you come onto these tours to think of anything other than training, the next game. The level's so high that even in these games we have to be very well prepared. We have to try and be at our best. So naturally, I think we're going to miss a player of Alex's quality, and the group are going to feel that. There's no denying that, and I can't sit here and claim that they won't. But a very professional group of players, and they're doing brilliant as far as I can see in terms of managing the situation.
And just finally, is anything sort of creeping closer? And I know you're in talks with a few different people, but is anything creeping closer?
Not as far as I'm aware, but obviously I'm not dealing with that day to day.
Thanks, Lee. Chris Woff.
Evening, Eddie. Obviously, Alex isn't here, but that's presented an opportunity for Willis Sula. He's played 70-odd minutes in both games so far. How do you think he's fared, and what sort of an opportunity is this for him?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to get more minutes than maybe he would if we had more players in that position, which is a great chance for him to showcase what he brings and what he's about. I thought today was a much better performance from him than the Celtic game. I thought he looked fitter and sharper naturally through the work that we've done. Had a couple of chances to score. His attitude was very good. He looked hungry to get in the right positions to try and score. So I thought he can be really pleased today.
Is he ready to start the Premier League season up front if it comes to that stage and Isak isn't fit, or you haven't signed another striker? Is he ready to start there?
Well, I think every player in our squad has to be ready to play. That would be my message to every single man in the squad. We don't have the biggest squad in the Premier League, so every person has to contribute, and I'd have no hesitation in picking anybody.
And just finally, is there... We didn't ask you about this yesterday. Is there an update on the sporting director or CEO situation? Do you know if anything's happening imminently? Or
it's not my decision, so I've got no update for you.
Thanks, Chris. Into the middle, please.
Hi, Eddie. Talking about the size of your squad, Arsenal brought out Gyökeres before the kick-off. That's their 6th signing this summer, and I think they're not finished. Is that a bit galling when you see the club doing so much business?
I think from my perspective, you can never judge yourselves against other clubs. Other clubs will do what they have to do. We've got to try and do what we have to do. So we can only look at ourselves and try and execute what's best for Newcastle United.
And in terms of getting ready for the season, how useful an exercise was that tonight?
I thought it was a brilliant game for us. I thought the type of challenge we're going to face week in, week out, whether it be in the Premier League or the Champions League. So what better way to prepare for the season for the strength of competition that we're going to face? I was very pleased with a lot of aspects of the game today. I think it's a big step forward for us, and now we need to continue that into next week.
Thank you. Up at the back, please.
Okay, sorry. Hi, thanks, Eddie. With all the rumours surrounding Isak, I'm not going to talk about that, but with Callum Wilson gone, Ursula is the only recognised striker. Realistically, how is the team going to cope with the Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup? What's the priority? And will you blood the young new players over the years? There are a lot of new players coming in, but they're young ones.
3 questions in one there, I think. I think that we're always looking to blood young players if they're good enough. I have no hesitation in playing anyone. I don't judge it on age, I judge it on ability. I mean, the strength of competition, we're really pleased to be in all the competitions that we're in. We won't prioritise any one over anyone else. We're trying to win every game that we play, and we just focus on the next one, and that's how we were last season. That's how we were successful ultimately. So that's going to be the way we attack the season.
And then the gentleman just in front, please.
Yeah. Hi, Eddie. So what are some areas of improvement you felt from today's game?
Sorry, I missed the first bit.
Sorry, what are some areas of improvement that you felt, from today's game?
Definitely the goals we conceded. I think the way we defended, I mean, Alex has scored the own goal, unfortunately, but the ball shouldn't have got into that situation for the second goal. Disappointed. I think it was a turnover of possession for the first goal, and the third one's a penalty, with probably a decision we didn't have to make in the box. So I think they're easily avoidable goals, and I think that's a good thing for us because I think they're quite quick fixes. And then if you add that to some of our good attacking play, and we could have scored more today, I think that's a great sign.
We're going to take two more. We'll go to Craig and then the gentleman in the second row, please.
Hi, Eddie. This is no comment on the merit or the ability of Will Osula or Sean Neave, but you've played today against Premier League opponents with a 21-year-old and an 18-year-old up front. Does that bring into focus the need for reinforcement in that area?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we're not deluded. We know that we need to bring players in. We've known that for a long time. The tail end of last season, as I said, we did all the work. We know who we wanted. It's been a challenging transfer window. Let's see what we can do towards the end of it.
And just to clarify on Alex, is there any chance that he joins you out in Korea or here?
No.
No chance.
Okay, thanks, Craig. Last one.
Eddie. Plenty was made about the lack of fans on Wednesday's game. Even Mikel spoke about it. What do you make of the fans that showed up today? Because clearly there was an uptick, and Newcastle, first time in this part of the world in like 30 years or something. How much have you enjoyed speaking to your Asian fans and just spending time with them?
Yeah, very much so. I think I wasn't really aware of any crowd issues coming into the game. For us, anyone that we see in a black and white shirt is gratefully received. I think we want to try and promote the club in a good light. We want people to watch us, enjoy watching us play, and hopefully gain an attachment to us. So I think these tours are important. They're difficult for the players because of the heat and because of the intensity of the games, but they're something we relish, and we're very proud to be here.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hi everyone, if you have a question, please raise your hand.
Hello.
Congratulations on the win tonight, and congratulations for the signing of Victor Gyökeres.
Thank you.
Now you have two signings, two strikers on the reserve, Kai and Victor. Do you have a plan to pair them together, or do you have a clear starting striker in mind, and how are you going to balance the game time between them?
Yeah, we do have plans, we do have a lot of options, and we are increasing the quality of the squad and the depth of the squad with all the time that we've done. We are super happy to have Victor obviously with us. Yeah, it's been a long journey to get him over here. He's been incredible because it's very clear from the beginning where he wanted to play and how passionate I felt him from day one when we first spoke. And yeah, and you can see the boys, you can see the environment as well. Very excited with his arrival.
Thank you, Jordan.
Hi.
Just talking about, you were linked with a lot of strikers during the summer. Was Victor always the standout candidate for you to bring in?
Yeah, well, we cannot talk about how the processes work, but it's a decision that we take between all of us, starting with ownership, then the board, then Andrea and all the scouting department, and ultimately myself, and we're very clear and the talent that we identify early in the window. But actually to deliver it is something very, very, very different, and I think the club is done incredibly well. Andrea and his team, they've been absolutely fantastic, and so early in the window we already have the reinforcements that we wanted.
And just to check, will he be training tomorrow, and then will he be in contention to play against Spurs on Thursday?
Well, I think he hasn't had a single training session with the team since the last game with the Sporting when they became champions. So we will assess him tomorrow. He's done all the medicals, everything is looking good, but to get him up to speed with the right levels of fitness, I think is very important. So we're not going to stop him. Obviously, we want him with us as quick as possible, but we'll have to assess, and the medical team will do that.
Hi, Mikel. You've obviously signed a few players already, but there seems to be a special level of excitement around Victor. Do you feel he can have that kind of transformative effect on the club? Is he that kind of signing?
Well, I hope so, and we had a few of them as well in this window, and that's what we want to create as well. You know, that excitement internally, that competition
and those resources internally and externally. Yeah, we want our supporters as excited as possible, really believe in what the team can deliver, creating again at the Emirates that special atmosphere, and all that is going to be super important for us to be successful.
You talked about obviously wanting to add depth and quality. Are you still looking to add more, or are you kind of content with your numbers now?
Let's see, the market is still going on, and we'll have to balance that out the squad as well, and I think we will be open to see what happens.
And just one on Max, if I can. I know there's a responsibility to protect him and maybe not talk about him too much, but if he keeps doing that, it's going to be difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it is special. Obviously, what he's done today against this team, in the time that he had on the pitch, it's something certainly not common to witness for a 15 years old. So we are extremely happy to have him. I think, again, the environment that is around him, his family, the people at the club and around the academy as well, super helpful because they put him into this position so early in his journey, having a real chance and real presence when he plays for the first team.
Hi, Mikel. Can I just ask for the reason why Mosquera wasn't in the matchday squad today?
Yeah, because he needs to start to pick up the fitness again with him. He played under 21 Euros, then he didn't really train with Valencia. Then that signing period was extended a little bit, and the conditions here are really tough, and it's a lot of information for him, a lot of physical demands that we put in, so we're going to have to manage him slowly.
And Calafiori coming off, what was the issue there with him?
Yeah, I have to go inside. He said that he felt a little tweak, so I don't know how big it is, but hopefully not.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We saw Martin Zubimendi start for the first time, and it was quite competitive in the league. He was booking in the friendly. What do you think about his performance?
Very good. I think the demands that Newcastle puts on you, especially in midfield, with the kind of plays and profiles that he had, I think he coped with it, with intensity, with the physicality, and he's so smart. He's one step ahead constantly. He can read situation, he can execute at higher speed, whether he has the space or not a space, and that's not a common thing to have in a play, especially when you are a midfield player.
Thank you. Then final two here and here.
Hi, Mikel. Paul Sebastiani from Sports Entertainment Network in Australia. Arsenal versus Newcastle. There was a bit of spice in this game today. There were challenges flying in, and yellow card was branded to Martin Zubimendi. How have you seen the rivalry develop between the two teams over the last 2 to 3 seasons?
No, I think it's not a friendly. I think they're a test, and I think you have to take this as an opportunity as well to raise the competitive level. And there are things that physically, obviously, we want to achieve. There are things in terms of how we compete, how we understand the position, and that willingness to win, regardless where we are playing for. And I love the mentality of the team in that sense.
Thank you. Final question.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Hope you're good. Victor Gyökeres is well known for banging in penalties quite hard, and he's very good at it. Have you had any thoughts about him taking over the responsibility for Arsenal?
Well, I'm sure that he will step in if they allowed him to do, because as you say, he's been very consistently and scored many of those, but we have some other penalty takers, really good ones as well, so that they resolved it themselves, and if not, I will intervene in the right moment.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
मेरे से तंग है जी